Last time on the Great Ace Attorney 2.
The Reaper attacked? That's Lord Van Zeiks! This must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. It says in the paper that Lord Van Zeiks was attacked. That's terrible!
London's finest rogues always find the ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die.
What?
Gone! What? What is that outfit?
I like the coat as the headpiece.
All right then, Runo, let's get going. I've got change to go to the Great Exhibition. You're going to take me.
And I'm wearing purple so everybody knows that I'm rich and a noble.
And plus it's my voice actress's favourite colour.
But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
Well, not anymore, Sonny.
Change of plan.
What?
Oh! Well, that sounds fun. Whoa, Iris!
Not anymore.
Oh, well, that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then.
I actually came here today to ask for your permission.
Go on.
6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. It made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again.
It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law!
That's wonderful news, Runo.
Just in time for this brand new case!
Oh, not so good.
In 10 minutes!
Oh no, not again! Not
I was
again!
just kidding! Ah, dear me. In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback.
So, who's the person over by the wall being punished for something or other?
No punishment is taking place here. That's my apprentice. He's very able in combat. A requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage.
Tutelage.
I think it's tutelage, but I wondered if he'd say under my tutelage.
Tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers?
I hate that name. The Reaper. I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming, that is, such a fabled friend. Fiend. I misspoke. He's not a friend at all.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Disillusion Plays The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where we play the games and do the voices.
Yeah.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Sarah.
Nice. Now, just before we do hop in, we want to take a moment to, again, say thank you to Doodle Squish for this lovely piece of fan art that should be on the screen. Now, featuring the three Skulkin brothers, Ringo, Nash, and Sulky.
And Sulky.
And,
I'm not the Skulkin brother.
And I'm apparently not Scottish either, but that's what it is now, and that's what it's going to be until the day I die.
And it's got to be at this point because the addition of the Scottish flag in the background is amazing.
It is. It really.
It's very cool.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. It's absolutely lovely.
Yes.
Brought a huge smile to all of our faces, and
Yes.
we're really glad that you enjoy the content. And just before we hop in, if you are new to the channel or just aren't familiar with the process, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to receive notifications about when we post new content. Now, if you're here because you've already done all of that, hi, welcome back. Hope you're having a good
Hello
day.
again.
And if
Hello
you're not,
there.
we hope that your day is about to get much better.
I hope so, because we're damn excited for this.
We're excited to learn some more about Monsieur Van Zeiks.
And his Lego building.
And his Lego building.
Yes.
His miniature
Or
building.
maybe Playmobil, yes.
Playmobil.
It does look a bit like Playmobil.
It does a little bit
Yes.
like the little guys, yeah.
Oh, they're just little guys.
Little guys.
They're just little guys.
They're just like us.
That's amazing. I wonder why it's here.
Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person.
I am. You are in my office. I want you to know that I can hear you.
I am still here.
Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket.
Surely it's obvious that I'm using it as an investigative aid. You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved.
Oof.
Ouch.
Ugh. I really didn't think you'd ever hear that even.
My
though I was
hearing is actually
speaking,
quite good.
Speaking at normal volume about 3 feet away from him. I'm sorry, half a metra.
What is a
Should be
metra?
yards or something.
Meter, yard, whatever.
Let's see.
Can we go talk to Mr. Mysterious?
Maybe. Mr. Mysterio.
It's Mysterio.
Is there nothing else in here? Okay, fine. Okay. See, I feel like this would be something.
That's just his coffee
I was gonna
apparatus.
say.
Is it like a coffee
I was
siphon?
just. Oh, there's bats.
Ah!
What? They were bats! Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. The Reaper's familiars, I expect.
What about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar.
That's just rude,
Just-
Bruno.
Just not the flying kind.
He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper then.
Do you often go into other people's offices and speak about them as though they are not there?
Is there an echo in here that I'm unaware of?
Again, it's just like with Olive, where it's just like, oh yes, I'm just going to go into her room and rifle through her things and pick everything up and look it over while she's sitting there.
Well, we were specifically instructed to click on everything in the office of a mysterious character.
That's true.
So we're just doing what we were told to do.
I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary though, either way.
I'm still.
Oh, he's not
here.
gonna comment on the bats being scared off.
No.
Look at all those ancient casks lining the wall there.
See, I was thinking it was the candle, but okay, I thought I clicked on the candle. But...
Oh, surprise, surprise. He thought it was the candle.
I'm not
no.
Hajime.
The bleeding effect has taken hold.
Casks in the Reaper's chambers? Or are they caskets?
No, I don't think they're caskets, Iris.
As long as it's not a cask of Amontillado. You don't think. You don't get that one? Don't get the reference?
No, sorry. Oh no!
All those people who escaped conviction in court are lying inside them. Dead,
Yes,
do you?
yes, make a good impression on the 10-year-old child that's with you,
I-
Ryunosuke.
I really loved Iris's very
was so
slow.
slow, yeah.
Like, what ridiculous notions are going through your head, man? This is my collection of fine vintages.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for clearing that up.
I mean, bats, cloak.
For goodness sake, I am not keeping late-night snacks, I mean dead bodies, in these casks. Don't be so ridiculous.
Oh, Bruno and I were just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
I have my late-night walks for those.
But anyway, The Cask of Amontillado is a poem story by Edgar Allan Poe, which essentially this one guy wants to kill this person who's wronged him. And so he essentially says, oh yes, come down to my basement. I have a cask of Amontillado and we can split it. And then the guy kind of gestures behind this wall in his basement that has like a hole or something in it and, sends the guy to go get the cask of Amontillado. But then as soon as he goes behind to get it, he knocks him out. And then, he basically bricks him in to that space. Like he just builds up cinder blocks and whatever around him. So he's just trapped this man in the wall until he dies.
Oh,
Lovely.
how nice of him.
He's a nice, kind gentleman. He just wanted to put a roof over his head, that's all.
Yeah, confine him to a very small space.
Bruno and I were just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
I wouldn't. If you hadn't invited yourselves to my office to talk nonsense within my earshot.
Well, when you put it like that.
I guess we have to investigate the man now.
Yes.
It really looks like a punishment to me.
I've never seen someone sitting like that before.
He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived.
That's my automaton.
Do you think perhaps he's dead?
If he was dead, Runo, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he?
Well, I mean, if he
Not if rigor mortis set in.
My
Yeah.
God, you're so morbid
Like,
today, Runo.
posed him.
Jeez, what did I put in that bacon?
he posed him like a doll.
Jesus.
Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's going to talk to us.
He's not dead.
Oh dear. That's it. You've upset Iris now.
Where's Van
Nothing
Zeiks
else?
gone?
Well, no, they disappear when you.
Oh,
invest
right.
in
No,
them.
I'm just imagining
Oh,
he's
that's right.
turned
The whole thing was examining. I forgot.
He was just turned into a bat and he's hanging upside down on the ceiling above us, just watching us.
Don't be so ridiculous.
Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack?
True. Carried out by henchmen of Odie Asman's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably, some hoped to kill me before that happened.
Odie Asman.
He has always masqueraded as one of those London's most... Wait. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers. A global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhand means. By his criminal activities.
He was given a small loan of $1 million.
He was given a small loan of several $1 million. Built up
Well,
a
I don't know.
scheme.
Back then, it was given a small loan of £1,000.
Yeah,
Is it?
true. Yeah.
Bally inflation.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper.
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances. It was a most unusual cause of death.
Perhaps were there any bite marks on his neck?
It's difficult to say.
I know about that. It was super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong.
What on earth are you talking about, man?
Mr. Asman died when the demonstration of the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion.
It sounds a little bit like some alliteration gone wrong. Experimentation, enormous explosion, demonstration. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you?
Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched.
Indeed.
If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Runo? I mean, what with you talking on the professor...
Taking him.
I mean, what with you taking on the professor's defense for the...
What?
This is what you've done to me.
Oh, were you thinking prosecutor?
I thought.
No,
it said
no!
I was like, I'm right, aren't I?
No, Professor
I'm ra-
Edgeworth, please.
This is what you've done to me.
Oh, dear.
I mean, what with you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to be defending him?
Oh, yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Never stopped me before.
Albert.
And that man's name? Albert Einstein.
Albert
Oh.
Harebrayne.
Of course, it's Albert Harebrayne, right? Oh, that's right. Do you know him by any chance?
Einstein. Of course.
I'm the prosecution.
He is a contemporary of mine. We were at university together.
You're...
What?
Does contemporary mean something that I'm not familiar with here?
Is
Is
it
it
like
like a
understudy?
I mean, it's like a colleague, right? Like an equal. I'm not sure why that's so shocking, but... I'd understood that Professor Harebrayne was from Germany, though. Yes, my last name was Von Karma before I moved.
Funnily enough, it may surprise you, but people can travel. Harebrayne's from a respectable British family.
Oh yes, the very respectable Harebrayne family.
After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research. That's all.
So you were students together?
I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he in Science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along. Though I've not met him since my university days.
But the problem came when this one woman, Thalia Farthorn, came betwixt us.
Betwixt. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you, of all people, representing him.
Afraid you're going to lose
credit.
again? Ugh. Only if I make it out of this office alive.
Don't worry,
He's actually-
Juno, I bought my gun. Don't worry.
Gun!
Gun. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems.
Yes, I know. Because the prosecution will be handled by me.
Oh, how surprising.
By you? Oh,
Did
will
I
the same
stutter?
5 jurors be present as well? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends.
Yes, I think this is a conflict of interest.
Oh, yeah.
We are friends. It's true.
Then why would you do this?
Because I
If
can.
the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone could do to save him. He's doomed.
It's time to sully that record of yours, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to you calling me by my name. I'm used to
Nah.
being
Nipponese.
You may remember that I did recall your name a while ago. Before you were
What's-
briefly exiled from court.
What's Lord Van Zeiks thinking?
I really
Also,
wish I
yeah,
could have
the
a
comments had
donut.
pointed out, I hadn't really considered that, yeah, Ryunosuke might have just been banned from court for like, oh yes, government secrets, very good.
What? No. I think it was probably just the thing with McGilded. Like, the music box, it was just a music box. There was nothing sinister about
Unless
that at
someone
all.
understood Morse code, though.
I mean,
True.
yeah. It probably wasn't the government secrets. I mean, how
Don't
dumb
be
would you have to
silly.
be?
I want you all to know that that was sarcasm.
Oh.
Just in case anybody didn't pick up on it.
What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean...
I'm a crown prosecutor, and a mortal like any other. Though I may say to myself in the mirror every morning otherwise, I am no demigod.
Though I would say it in front of the mirror, but I can't see my own reflection.
That's why there's no mirrors in the room.
Yeah.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal.
Except for Soseki.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who, without question, deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them.
But that's not... Oh, I was going to say, that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Well, I mean, you could say that, but I mean, you could also say otherwise.
Nor was Ginny.
Well.
In fact, she's ever so hard-working now.
Yes, very hard-working at pilfering pockets, I'm sure.
Excuse me, do you even know her at all? She's my best friend. I can vouch for
I
her.
know that she fired a weapon in court.
Well, that was my invention, actually. So really, I should take the
And
blame for that for
she-
being so careless.
And she covered up evidence.
She was being blackmailed, you meanie.
I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this.
60% of the time, I get it right every time.
If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work.
Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
No.
But I, with all of my foresight and intelligence, decided, well, if this man truly is a murderer, killing people in an extrajudicial way, I should definitely go to his office and accuse him of... Oh, I'm just thinking, as I say it out loud, it doesn't sound that intelligent.
But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true.
The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially.
Oh!
It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives.
Do you mean to say...
That this is all a ruse, a pretense? Yes. Or is it?
Boo.
I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor.
But it's putting you in danger! You could be killed!
Not if I kill them first. I mean, I'm just very good at evading them. If that is my fate, let God decide.
Nandor's tongue setting on fire. Lord Van Zeiks.
Oh, I should have done that, shouldn't I? If do I have to say it? Okie dokie. So do we need to show him? We showed him the armband. Do we need to show him?
We did show him
we
the
show him the
armband.
paper.
Lord Van Zeiks, about the article in this paper.
Ah, yes. It seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me.
They didn't even get my good side.
No.
It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them.
I told you, if you're going to try to kill Lord Van Zeiks, you've got to go for the heart. This is so stupid, and now my plan is... Oh, wait a minute.
And I
But
said
there's
use
some-
the steak. No, not that steak, you fool.
Stick! I said stick. No, not the piece of meat.
That's it. Oh, Ringo, we spent all our money on that.
It's the finest bloody sirloin as well.
I don't know what my voice was. It was not Nash. It was a generic voice.
But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it?
No.
As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice.
Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him.
And then he wistfully
No.
looks out the window and says,
I suppose I could. Many years ago, back when our forefathers were struggling.
I'm just thinking the anime monologue.
Oh, God. No.
No.
Oh, I suppose.
He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. Tutelage?
Become a professor.
Taylor, for frick's sake. You said that and I'm like, wait, did I misspeak?
This
God,
is
was
what
she-
he's done.
It's right, yeah, he's freaking broken us. Knob.
Oh.
It's
That's
not a
mean.
swear word.
That's mean.
It's just mean. It's not a swear word. I'm not bleeping. I'm not, like, gaveling it out.
That's mean.
So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Runo.
What? I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective.
What do you mean, great detective? He's a bloody fool.
What do you mean? You signed on the contract when you moved in. Did you not read the small print?
Oh no!
Oh, dear.
Damn!
Look, it's right here, look.
Oh, well,
Ryunosuke Naruhodo, hereby become the apprentice of the great Herlock Sholmes! See?
Oh, I really should have had Miss Susato read that through.
Mrs. Like, oh no! If only I'd put my glasses on.
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective, so-called.
He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack.
It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask?
On Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity.
But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual?
Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his actions.
I hope you're right.
Oh.
Vroom.
Oh. Mystery man.
The Phantom of the Opera is there with me. Ah?
The task is complete? Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs.
Starting with the polka-dotted ones. Nice to meet you?
Mysterious.
Ah, the silent type.
Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I've never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet... somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter.
Oh.
Oh no! Herlock's disguised himself again!
That's why he's not saying anything this time. He'd been rumbled by the voice last time.
Like, oh, damn. Like,
I really must
Don't-
be silent for this one.
don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside his office. This office. Excuse me. My office, I'd just like to clarify.
Not his, not mine, not ours,
it's
mine.
Mine. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it.
Otherwise, they'd recognize the, my dear... oh no.
Hurley? Oh, so that's where you were going.
That's how he knows the Reaper so well. He's
Yes.
actually been disguising as his apprentice the whole time.
So that's why you were so hot and bothered about us following you. I see how it is.
Oh no! I've been rumbled, or have
No
I?
tea for you tonight, Curly. You can make your own.
But Mr. Van Zeiks doesn't like to cook anything. It's only red droppings.
He only
Bat
he
droppings,
he just simply sticks by his liquid diet.
Yeah. he drinks
Pete,
nothing but
it's,
wine.
It's
all the
bat
time.
guano, not droppings.
Oopsie.
Oh, I see.
Why are you so interested in my apprentice? Anyway, that was
I
terrible.
just want to know who could stand to be around you for that long.
Oh! Shots fired.
Sick birds, Runo.
Oh, no, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to...
Satisfied with yourself, are you? I suppose you got him, did you?
The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture.
Oh, you're getting all hot and bothered, Mr.
Duh.
Narrowhodo.
There's my smouldering stare to it.
No, it's not. It's not about him. It's about the apprentice, isn't it?
Oh,
He's talking about the apprentice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
About Vega.
Vega.
Look at this one, Vega.
No, don't reference that clip, Sarah. Do
no,
not.
No, it's horrible.
It is very horrible.
Forget I said anything.
It is very horrible.
It couldn't be.
What?
Who? What?
What is this?
What? What, Runo?
Well, you can't just be like, oh yes, I recognize this person, but do you?
You can't dangle the carrot, then take it away. God damn it.
Well, I mean, we know that if he has flawless posture, we know it's not Soseki.
Yeah, they have gone to great lengths to say that he hasn't got good posture.
Like,
Oh, wait.
poor guy.
Wait, guys.
What?
Do we think it's the Japanese judge?
No, he's not nearly big enough for that. He's not broad enough or tall enough.
Yeah, he's not as much as a unit. Like, Jesus.
No, I know.
It's actually me, writing many memos.
Unless it's the guy that was on the spoilers, on the hit list at the end of the first game. Is it Shin? Shin?
Oh, A Shin.
Oh. I just thought it was like literally somebody's shin.
Taylor. No, you didn't. Oh, yes. There's been something I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
That Nipponese man. Is he faring well?
Why do you ask?
Sorry?
No reason.
Iris, could you just go check on... just make sure he got on the boat back to Japan.
Because he was delicious.
Frustrating.
He was deliciously irritating. Oh, sorry, I missed. Did you say the sorry, Taya?
Yes, he did.
Apologies. Yes. The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago, with the stoop and the moustache and the jitters.
There they go, dinging his posture again.
Yep.
Ah, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Jitter.
Mr. Nutmeg, yes.
Mr. Nutmeg.
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find you identified him from that list, Runo.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day.
I see. Honestly, I couldn't.
Bless you.
Honestly, I couldn't give a damn. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you?
It's like when Pete and I try to talk about our week.
There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case.
Yes, thank you for the advice. And for the conversation, though I use the term loosely. I can't believe he's asking after Soseki-san. After a Nipponese!
It doesn't have the same ring.
No. No, it doesn't.
I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried. I just wanted to know if the assassin made it there yet.
He's just there, he's just like, damn.
I haven't heard from him in a few weeks. I guess he did drown after all.
Then I have a I have a telegram I must send.
I'll need to claim my refund.
In blood.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you?
I never imagined that he'd have friends.
That's true. That's a turn up for the books.
Could you denigrate me outside of my office, perhaps, please?
Sorry.
A mad scientist? Ah, you mean Professor Harebrayne? Mm-hmm. Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zeiks, I think.
Get out!
Are you still here? Get out.
I've got my chalices and wine right here. I will not hesitate to throw them.
Alrighty. Yes, Mr. Reaper's eyesight will suffer terribly if he's not careful. The room is so dark. Oh dear. Right then.
It's not, though.
No.
It literally has light pouring in from the windows.
Yep.
Right. I guess we need to go to prison.
That reminds me of the thing from the first game. The first game where Maya's been kidnapped. And she's like, it's so dark in this room. I can't see anything. It's like when you can literally see everything.
Yeah.
I can't see my hand in front of my face.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty weird. Oh, now, so, geez, I did the voice for this guy, didn't I? And I gave him that sort of BBC announcery sort of thing, which I'm now blanking on all of a sudden.
It seems he's lost his German accent over.
Well, I mean,
It's like the Canadian judge all over again.
which I suppose, yeah, okay. So, I guess.
Well, he was born in Britain, remember. He just studied in Germany.
True, okay.
The warden said cell 11. I think, at least I think it was. I think he said
Please
11.
speak slowly and clearly.
11!
That's, this
11.
This one. I said 11, yup!
11!
Something or other.
11! I'll just take his anywhere, you cow! Just open the door.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look.
I love this constant pattern of just making these loud observations about people and their characteristics and everything while in earshot of them.
Look, we have no filter back in the 19th century, okay?
Maybe they're speaking in hushed voices, everybody.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, it's just the stage whisper that they're doing.
Yeah, that's it, guys. You know, it's
The aside stage whisper.
that's it. You know, you've got to remember, this is all but a big play.
Yeah.
What's his name again? It's been at least 5 minutes. Professor Albert Harebrayne, wasn't it?
You've got to remember, Taylor, that Ryunosuke had to ride over on his penny farthing with little Iris in a back, on his back. He had to ride over on his bike, and
Albert Harebrayne.
So it's probably been more than 5 minutes since they were at Van Zeiks' office.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Professor Harebrayne.
Him? Him? I've got to try and remember the voice. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Gendo over here.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a defense lawyer.
A lawyer?
Ah! Was it something I said?
A lawyer, you say?
I'm getting Otakon vibes from him, actually.
Yeah, also,
Oh, yeah.
Would you be here? About the experiment? Oh, do you think love can bloom on the battlefield?
Oh my god.
I do.
It's like,
I think at any time,
Snake.
at any place, people can fall in love.
Snake, let me hear Sniper Wolf's voice one more time.
Snake,
I need to hear that she's okay. I need to hear that she's okay.
We're aging ourselves very,
Yes, we
very
are.
much.
Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? It just sounds really weird and robotic.
Your hypothesis. Sorry, I don't.
Yesterday's demonstration. That's just so sacky again. Oh no! That magnificent demonstration was. It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations. But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity.
Now is probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while, too. You'd be Prosecutor Harebrayne, then.
So the thing is I think someone else mentioned about him having more of a German accent usually, and I'm just I can't even imagine my calculations were perfect. This is very unexpected. It kind of.
I mean, you could do that, but that would be a little bit.
It just kind of feels a bit weird, though.
See, I'd end up
I mean, he
sounding like
only spent a
Francis
year in
Yeah.
Germany. It's not as if he would just be that way forever. I don't think.
No.
You mentioned the demonstration yesterday, the one with the death.
The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he?
Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success.
I'm making a note here. Huge success. You've lost me.
You've lost me. I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Assman was spontaneously disassembled.
Yes, the problem is you didn't reassemble him afterwards, which is the nature of why it's called a murder.
Well, I'm sorry, but half his arm was in Piccadilly and his leg was in Trafalgar Square.
Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis.
I mean, I guess I can get why people would say, oh, he should have a German accent, because clearly he's based on Albert Einstein, who did have a German accent. But the story of the character is that he was born in London and then went over to Germany for a year. Or he went over to Germany for school and then came back. And I guess your accent can change a little bit, but you're not going to suddenly start talking like a very German person. That's not German person. I don't know where this accent
That's the Canadian
came from.
judge, isn't it? That's my Canadian judge.
But you must understand that it's not. That's what. You know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. However,
the machine exploded and Mr. Asman in fact perished?
yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure.
The only way I can do a German accent is if I try to do Van Zeiks again!
Van Zeiks?
Van
You mean
Karma.
Van
Not Van
Karma?
Zeiks, Von Karma. Dang it.
How dare you?
Papa.
Objection!
Objection.
So what you're really saying is, the large explosion that killed Mr. Asman was an accident, correct?
Oh, you say his name is Asman, not Assman. My
I
mistake.
wouldn't go so far as to say
Oops.
it. I wouldn't go so far as to say it was an accident in the loosest term of the word.
Oops.
But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder.
Oh dear, that's a stare.
How dare they? I was responsible for a man's death? That is the immutable truth here. I shouldn't have phrased it like a question. And for that, I wish to be punished at once. Bit of Soseki came out again. But
As long as you don't try to do any human transmutation to bring him back.
Oh, well.
murder? Never in a million years. It was an accident. Simply an accident.
I see. Oh no!
dear.
Unimpressed, Iris.
Hurley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly? I should probably know this, seeing as how I'm supposed to be a lawyer, but you know.
But instead I'll ask the 10-year-old.
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in a protective custody.
On what grounds?
Yes. It's newly established here in Britain. The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
That one passed me by. I really should get better at staying on top of things.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll say...
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
sorry.
Then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to pore over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial.
Ah, I see now.
Okay.
The music. So, in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday.
Isn't Emil, he kind of has the look of like a silhouette of like a clown? Like he's got
Yes.
the buttons are like the
little
big sort of
bit.
clown buttons. He's got the clown
The music
hair.
is also adding to the clown
Yeah.
appearance.
Oh, and his name tag's kind of the sort of red like. Yes, or rather, no. The devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion.
Sounds the same to me.
You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? Oh, how fascinating!
A man died, Iris.
Humans.
Still be impressed.
Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible, using a sufficiently high voltage, to break those bonds and beam the particles through space.
Yeah, except I'm pretty sure humans, and most matter doesn't like being forcibly broken apart by super high voltage.
No.
That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see. That's my amazing hypothesis.
Yes, but what I don't hear in your hypothesis is how you put things back together again.
Funny you should say that.
Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science.
Oh, but dare to imagine it. Dare to dream of such incredible technology. Just think, one moment I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again.
Well, yes, that would be incredible if you wouldn't die.
And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at a great Parisian theater, I say. Oops. The possibilities are endless. The whole of our vast planet would be within reach.
So no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days?
I don't know what you're talking about there.
I don't really see it like that.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk.
My word. That's exactly right. What are the implications? What does this mean?
Oops, that's got Professor Bunnybrain really worried by the look of it.
Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can, it doesn't mean you should, I suppose.
The point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment.
Oh no, don't get a fly in there, because then you end up with a horror movie.
And then you get Jeff Goldblum falling apart.
Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have.
How dare you? But you are correct.
I know.
That's exactly it, yes.
Fortunately,
Yes.
I fund my science by writing novels about Hurley.
Hurley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest in more...
I'm sorry, he says what, Iris?
I don't know. I've completely forgotten.
Oh, no.
I didn't have my Weetabix this morning.
Oh, no.
Hurley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science.
Hey, Iris, should have a Snickers. You're a right diva when you're hungry.
Why don't you shut up?
Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Asman.
Do you suppose that this whole thing will have been revealed that Asman did this to fake his own death, and then he's trying to pin it on him as a murder, and so it'll turn out that he never actually died at all, and so he'll wind up going free because he actually didn't murder anyone, and it wasn't an accident, and this was all a ploy so that Asman could fake his own death to escape some kind of criminal repercussions on his part.
I mean, maybe, but this is all a little bit early to say that. But maybe.
The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean?
Died? Who said anything about died?
Varsity years. Yeah, it is a little interesting because obviously Van Zeiks looks a little bit more grizzled than Mr. Harebrayne over here.
Tell you,
I
the
understand-
ages in this game mean nothing.
I understand Lord Van Zeiks is a friend of yours from your university days?
Yes, that's right. He was studying law while I was studying science.
What was he like back then?
Yeah, a good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, an all-round nice fellow, really.
Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor Barak Van Zeiks.
Oh, my boyfriend.
What was...
I spoke too much.
dear.
I've said too much.
What was he like when he was at university?
Talk about a leading question, Bruno.
Yes,
I call that an objection hearsay. Or leading the witness.
As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is the little darling of the Van Zeiks family, with all its great
Aristocrat.
I know, I just fumbled for a second. With all its great aristocratic origins. Aristocratic origins.
Aristocratic.
I know, just for a second.
I didn't realise he had quite such noble blood.
I actually have far more of it in the cast. Little darling!
It sounds so surprised.
It seems that you don't really get on with him. It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learnt what he'd become. The Reaper of the Bailey, no less.
Yes, that's right.
I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation.
Ah, yes. The consumption of the chocolate orange heard around the world.
Are you saying chocolate oranges ruin people, Taylor?
Okay.
Well, that's tragic.
I did the whole bit with it, where it's like he said that he was betrayed by a Japanese person in his life, that's why he doesn't trust them. And I was like, he ate my chocolate
Oh God! I'm sorry,
Lord.
I forgot
Talk
about
about
that.
an elephant never forgetting. Taylor, God.
Are you calling me an elephant, sir?
Yes.
Bloody hell!
Rude. I mean, it involved chocolate oranges, Pete. I assumed of all things that would be one you'd remember.
I remember.
true.
Well, I thought you were making a joke about me because I like chocolate
No.
orange.
Clearly, Pete,
Well-
Pete doesn't love them that much. He forgot.
No, I was just like, what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that I'm gonna freaking turn into Van Zeiks because of my love for the chocolate orange?
No,
the
it was
Terry's
that
chocolate
whole
orange.
bit where I did the thing where Van Zeiks was like, yes, he ate my chocolate orange that I had been saving, and I could never trust anyone
I had been saving
again.
it for Christmas. I had been waiting all through December for my chocolate orange. And then, on the night before the Christmas, Christmas Eve. I was going to say, the night before. I wanted to say a word like, the night before.
If only there was a word for the eve before Christmas.
I wanted to be like, the night before the solstice, the winter solstice.
I just like.
The festive period.
It was taken. The fable, the cushion upon which it sat, lay empty and bare.
Naught
And he
but the
didn't
rat.
even break it apart. He just bit chunks out of it like an apple.
Like someone who eats a Kit Kat by just biting into
Yeah.
it.
Oh no! Heathens! Heathens!
You have to break it into fingers.
Yes.
It's the rules.
Anyway, really? What sort of event?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Germany already.
Oh, yes, of course. If he's heard all about the Reaper, I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zeiks will be the prosecutor in court tomorrow.
What?
What did you say? Did you
What
say?
did you say?
Excuse me, what was that? I thought I heard something about my boyfriend and the Reaper and the prosecution.
The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Asman, wasn't it?
I'm
I mean,
sorry, what
Odie
was
Asman.
that? Something about smell?
What exactly? No, odious just means unpleasant. It doesn't
Oh,
mean
sorry, I forgot. It's
not odorous or
I'm
odiferous.
sorry.
It's odious.
I forgot. Leave me alone.
What exactly was your relationship with the man?
Ha ha! He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thanked my lucky stars. There was so sexy again. Fact!
The spirits! I
It's
see.
hard, man.
So you really hadn't known each other until then.
Money for scientific research. I'm so envious.
Every time I try to save up some, Hurley just takes it for him some stupid tea detector.
I'm trying to save my pocket money and Hurley keeps pilfering it. I've tried many hiding places and he always finds it. It's that bloody skin print device.
Oh no! I wish I hadn't made it.
Worse still, I made it. He stole it and said it's his.
As far as I was
It is.
concerned, the man was an angel.
Now he's literally an angel. Oh, really?
An archangel, even.
Archangel?
Archangel?
Archangel.
An archangel.
Archangel.
He was
I could be your
Angle.
arc angle or your acute.
I can be your angle
Don't
or your
be so
devil.
obtuse. I'll see myself out.
He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Asman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications.
But then
Oh.
your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion.
You could say that, but I like to think of it that it went quite well, and the man was just... Unfortunately, we just got the wrong man. We should have
No,
had
no, no.
someone who was more compatible with the explosion.
Iris, they just were super high voltage, kinetically moved somewhere else off this plane of existence.
Ah, yes. That explains why his toe was found in Hyde Park then.
As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Asman. I would never, ever have thought of taking the man's life.
Not until I'd received his money, anyway.
No.
I
Well,
mean,
he seemed. Well, he seemed genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. So, Professor, let me just make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who was in fact the sole investor in your work. Is that correct?
As correct as 2 squared is 4. I swear it. Yes. It's true that the man perished in a machine of my invention. So I know that I'm far from blameless in all this, but still. I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life. Not in a centillion years. I am a man of science. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please.
Okay, I believe you.
Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that, all my life.
the patriotic music that just started playing now.
I'm afraid I don't know much about science, or your theories.
Oh, Codswallop, of course you wouldn't.
But I do believe you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me. Please!
Are you mocking me?
No?
When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage. None of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything.
Nagito, what are you doing here? Why did Taylor turn into Nagito there?
Because that's not true.
Well,
Thank you for that, Professor.
And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court.
Oh, yes, and the Reaper will be the prosecutor. Bye!
nah.
All right, Bruno, it's time.
Gone.
Time to visit the Great Exhibition.
And if you don't take me, I will shoot you until you do.
I'm going to hold a gun to your back all the way there until you get me there. Okay? Deal? Yes. Okay. But
Did it? Got it? Good.
Good. But am I going to get to the Great Exhibition today?
I don't know, are you?
I don't think so, because unfortunately, I think we're out of time.
Oh, no. Does that mean we have to stare at this guy for a week?
Yes, we have to stare at this guy for a week.
Oh,
yes.
no. Does this mean we're going to be sharing cells? How wonderful.
No, we're actually going to stay on this side of the cell, not in there.
That's
okay?
unfortunate. I have to say, one thing that does occur to me is I probably could fit through that hole in the gate.
You probably could.
I could probably climb right through. Well, although perhaps my hair might not fit.
But yes, unfortunately, we are once again out of time. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you do like what we do, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you're notified of our video uploads every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll see you again.
Thank you very much. See you later, everybody. And thank you again to Doodle Squish.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Doodle Squish.
See ya.
And remember, if you're going to make callous or blunt observations about a person's mannerisms, posture, etc., try to either make them in your head or at least out of earshot of them.